Think Like a Billionaire by Scot Anderson. English book summary. Intro. Think Like a Billionaire, ABD of Finance. Friend, have you ever wondered what makes a billionaire different from the rest of us? Is it luck? Is it intelligence? Or is it something far deeper, hidden inside the way they think? Most people chase money, but billionaires, they chase mindset. They don't just earn wealth, they design it. When the world sleeps, they study. When others spend, they invest. When people fear the future, they plan for decades ahead. They see what others ignore. They do what others avoid. And they believe in what others call impossible. In this journey, we are not just talking about how billionaires make money, but how they think, how they learn, and how they live. Because true financial freedom doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your mind. So sit back, open your heart, and get ready to shift your perspective forever. Welcome to ABD of Finance, where we decode wealth, mindset, and inner growth. Because when you begin to think like a billionaire, you stop running after money, and money starts running after you. Chapter 1: Mindset of Wealth. How billionaires think about money. Friend, let's start with a simple truth. Wealth begins in the mind long before it appears in the bank. Most people grow up hearing, work hard, earn money, save what you can. It sounds practical, it sounds safe, but this very thinking keeps most people in a constant loop. Earn, spend, save a little, and repeat. Billionaires, however, live in a different mental universe. They don't ask, how can I make more money? They ask, how can my money make more money for me? That single shift, from working for money to making money work for you, is the foundation of the billionaire mindset. The power of belief. Every financial empire starts as a belief. Billionaires believe wealth is created, not inherited. Even if they start with nothing, they hold a deep conviction that value can be built, multiplied, and shared. Warren Buffett once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." That's not a slogan, it's a philosophy. He understood that his mind, his knowledge, his ability to see patterns, those were assets that could never be taken away. So he spent decades learning how money behaves, how businesses grow, how people make decisions under pressure. You see, friend, billionaires are not obsessed with money itself. They are fascinated by the game of value creation. The scarcity trap. Most people are trapped by scarcity thinking. They see money is limited. If I lose this, I'll never get it back. If I spend this, I'll have less. This fear creates hesitation, and hesitation kills opportunity. Billionaires flip that belief. They see money is abundant, fluid, renewable. If they lose it, they know they can rebuild it, because they've mastered the skills that create it. To them, money is energy, and energy flows to those who know how to use it. The growth mindset. Take Elon Musk, for example. He risked his entire PayPal fortune on SpaceX and Tesla. Everyone thought he'd lost his mind. But he wasn't driven by fear of losing. He was driven by the vision of creating something that could change the world. That's a growth mindset. It's not about what you have today, but what you can build tomorrow. Most people think, if I had more money, I'd take more chances. But billionaires think, if I take smarter chances, I'll have more money. The investor's perspective. Think of money like a team of employees. Each rupee or dollar you own should have a job. It should be working somewhere. In a business, in an asset, in an investment. Producing more value for you. If your money is sitting idle, it's unemployed capital. And unemployed capital, like unemployed people, slowly loses its purpose. Billionaires understand this instinctively. They deploy their money to work 24/7. Through systems, stocks, real estate, innovation, or technology. They don't chase income. They build engines of income. The power of compounding. Here's another secret. Billionaires deeply respect time. They know that compounding, the quiet, invisible growth of small decisions, is the most powerful wealth-building force in existence. They don't rush the process. They plant seeds and wait. They invest consistently and let time do the heavy lifting, while others look for quick profits. Billionaires play the long game, because they know patience is profit. Your takeaway. So, friend, if you truly want to think like a billionaire, start by reprogramming your beliefs. Stop thinking of money as something you chase. See it as something you attract through value, learning, and discipline. Ask yourself daily, how can my money work for me today? How can I create systems that grow even when I sleep? It might start small, a tiny investment, a side project, a skill you improve every day. But every great fortune began with a small, consistent seed. Important suggestion: change your mindset first. Don't just think about earning money. Think about multiplying it. Study how money flows. Observe how opportunities appear when you stop fearing loss. Understand that your financial future depends more on your thoughts than on your current salary or savings. When you think like a billionaire, you begin to act like one. And when your actions change, your results will follow. Remember, the true wealth is not in your wallet. It's in your wisdom. Chapter 2: Opportunities, the art of seeing what others miss. Friend, billionaires don't wait for opportunities. They create them. They train their minds to see what others overlook. Where most people see problems, billionaires see potential. Where others complain, billionaires start building. It's not luck, it's perspective. The vision that others don't see. Imagine this: a market crash, chaos everywhere, people panicking, selling everything they own. Most people see danger. But a billionaire, he sees the biggest discount sale in the world. When everyone is running away, they move in with calm eyes and a long-term plan. Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy. And be greedy when others are fearful. That's not about arrogance. It's about understanding cycles. Every crisis carries an opportunity inside it. You just need the courage and vision to see it. Pattern recognition. Billionaires have a rare skill called pattern recognition. They observe trends long before others notice them. They connect dots between industries, ideas, and people. Steve Jobs saw how technology could meet art. Elon Musk saw how renewable energy and transportation could merge. Jeff Bezos saw that the future of shopping was convenience, not stores. They saw what the world would need tomorrow, while others were busy reacting to what happened yesterday. This is what separates visionaries from spectators. How to train your eyes for opportunity. You don't need millions to start seeing opportunities like billionaires do. You only need awareness. Start by asking different questions. Instead of asking, why doesn't someone fix this? Ask, how can I create a solution? Instead of thinking, this market is saturated. Think, what are people still struggling with? Every inconvenience, every problem, every inefficiency is a hidden opportunity waiting for someone to solve it. That's what billionaires do. They solve big problems for many people. The power of curiosity. Billionaires are endlessly curious. They read widely, not just about money, but about science, human behavior, psychology, and art. Because opportunity doesn't knock in a straight line. It comes from unexpected connections. A small idea from one field, when combined with insight from another, can create something entirely new. That's how innovation is born. Real example. Think about the early days of Airbnb. The founders couldn't pay their rent, but they noticed a small opportunity. People needed short-term, affordable places to stay. They started with a few air mattresses in their apartment. Today, that small opportunity became a multi-billion-dollar company. Billionaires see gold where others see dust. Your takeaway. Every single day, the world hides opportunities around you. The only question is, are your eyes open? When you shift from seeing problems to seeing possibilities, your entire life starts to change. Look beyond the surface. Listen to what people complain about. That's often where the next business is hiding. Stay alert to new technology, new habits, and new needs. Because opportunity doesn't favor the rich. It favors the aware. Important suggestion. Friend, look for opportunities in every challenge. Don't fear change, study it, understand it, and move with it. When the world shakes, billionaires don't panic, they position themselves. Focus on new business and investment possibilities. Keep your eyes open, your mind flexible, and your heart fearless. Remember, opportunities don't disappear. They just move to those who are ready for them. Chapter 3: Risk and Reward. The courage to bet on yourself. Friend, here's a truth most people never accept. No great success comes without risk. Billionaires understand this deeply. They don't gamble, but they do calculate. They know that every dream, every innovation, every investment carries uncertainty. And that's okay, because they have trained their minds to manage fear, not to be ruled by it. Risk is not recklessness. Many people think risk means danger. But billionaires see risk as a tool, a bridge between the known and the possible. Taking risk doesn't mean being careless. It means stepping into the unknown with preparation. When Elon Musk launched SpaceX, the company failed 3 times in a row. Each rocket explosion cost millions. But he didn't stop, because he had calculated his odds, studied every failure, and refined every decision. The 4th launch succeeded, and it changed space history. That's not luck. That's intelligent risk-taking. Understanding calculated risk. A calculated risk means you study the environment, you research the numbers, you prepare for failure, you take action anyway. Billionaires never jump blindly. They analyze, simulate, and strategize. But they move. Most people keep waiting for the perfect time. But billionaires know the perfect time never comes. There's only preparation, courage, and execution. Fear and decision making. Fear is natural. Even billionaires feel it. The difference is, they don't let fear freeze them. They use fear as information. If something scares them, they study it. They ask, why am I afraid of this? And then they break that fear down into steps they can control. When you dissect fear, you discover knowledge. And knowledge reduces risk. Reward comes to the brave. The relationship between risk and reward is simple. The greater the calculated risk, the greater the potential reward. But that doesn't mean you must risk everything. It means you must risk enough to grow. Start small if needed. Invest in a new skill, a small business idea, a new opportunity. The key is to move beyond comfort. Because comfort kills ambition. Growth only happens at the edge of uncertainty. Real example. Think about Richard Branson. When he started Virgin Airlines, he didn't own planes. He leased one aircraft, tested the market, and promised the supplier he'd return it if the business failed. That's smart risk. Bold, but protected. He didn't avoid risk. He managed it. And that's what billionaires do. They control risk, instead of letting risk control them. Failure is feedback. Billionaires don't fear failure, they study it. Every failure gives data, insight, and direction. They see failure not as the end, but as feedback from the world saying, try again, but smarter. Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the spirit of a billionaire mind. Your takeaway. Friend, if you want the reward, you must accept the risk. But take it wisely. Don't rush, research. Don't panic, plan. Don't fear, focus. When you make informed moves, risk becomes your ally, not your enemy. Remember, you can't reach new heights while holding on to the ground of safety. Important suggestion. Before taking any risk, gather information. Understand the worst-case scenario. Prepare for it, and then move forward confidently. Never make decisions blindly. Let knowledge guide your courage. In the end, billionaires don't take risks to look brave. They take risks to build something lasting. And when you begin to take smart, calculated risks, you step into the same mindset. The mindset of creators, innovators, and billionaires. Chapter 4: Financial Education, the Habit of Lifelong Learning. Friend, if there's one secret that all billionaires share, it's this. They never stop learning. For them, education isn't something that ends with a degree. It's a lifelong process, a daily ritual of curiosity, observation, and reflection. The learning mindset. Billionaires know that the world changes fast. Markets shift. Technology evolves. People's needs transform. So, they don't rely on old knowledge. They constantly upgrade their mental software. They read every day, not just to gather information, but to sharpen perspective. Warren Buffett reads for nearly 5 hours a day. Bill Gates carries books wherever he travels. Elon Musk learned rocket science not from a university, but from books and conversations with experts. That's the billionaire way. Turning curiosity into power. Learning from every source. Financial education isn't only about numbers. It's about understanding how money moves through people, systems, and emotions. Billionaires study market trends, yes. But they also study human behavior, psychology, and leadership. They want to know what drives people to buy, sell, trust, or panic. Because behind every financial graph, there's a story about human decisions. They also learn from mistakes, their own and others. They review what failed, ask why, and adapt quickly. Every mistake becomes a mini MBA. Why continuous learning matters. Friend, the economy rewards learners. It punishes the complacent. The skills that made you successful 5 years ago may not help you tomorrow. But if you keep learning, you keep evolving. Billionaires know that information is the new currency. Knowledge compounds, just like money does. The more you learn, the more accurate your decisions become. That accuracy saves time, effort, and wealth. Practical steps. Read at least one financial or business book each month. Listen to podcasts, watch lectures, follow economic updates. Don't just learn what to do, learn why it works. And most importantly, learn from people smarter than you. When you spend time with minds that stretch your thinking, you expand your world. Important suggestion. Keep your mind open. Commit to lifelong financial education. The more you understand, the less you fear. Knowledge gives confidence, and confidence attracts opportunity. Billionaires know, the sharper your mind, the stronger your wealth. Chapter 5 Networking and Mentorship, the Power of People. Friend, no one becomes a billionaire alone. Behind every great success story is a circle of the right people. Billionaires understand the law of association. You become like those you spend time with. The circle of influence. They surround themselves with visionaries, thinkers, doers, and dreamers. They know that one smart conversation can save years of mistakes. When you are around people who dream big, your own vision expands. When you are around disciplined minds, you naturally become more focused. That's why billionaires invest deeply in relationships. They don't collect contacts, they build connections. Mentorship. Every billionaire you admire has had mentors, people who guided them, challenged them, and sometimes told them truths they didn't want to hear. Mentors shorten the learning curve. They offer wisdom earned through years of failure and success. Oprah Winfrey had Maya Angelou. Steve Jobs mentored Mark Zuckerberg. Warren Buffett learned from Benjamin Graham. Each of them stood on the shoulders of someone wiser. How to build your network. Start by adding value to others. Ask, how can I help? Before you ask for help. People remember those who contribute, not those who only consume. Attend events, join communities, reach out online. But focus on genuine relationships, not just transactions. A strong network is built on trust, consistency, and authenticity. Your energy matters. Remember, you attract who you are. If you radiate positivity, curiosity, and integrity, you'll draw similar people toward you. If you complain and doubt, you'll find yourself surrounded by negativity. Your circle is your mirror. Important suggestion. Friend, choose your company wisely. Learn from positive and successful people. Seek mentors who have walked the path you dream of. And when you succeed, become a mentor to someone else. That's how wisdom flows and wealth grows. Chapter 6 Long-Term Thinking, Playing the Infinite Game. Friend, if there's one habit that truly separates billionaires from everyone else, it's patience. They think in decades, not days. In visions, not trends. The long view. While others chase instant gratification, billionaires design systems that stand the test of time. They understand that success is built like a skyscraper. One layer, one brick, one patient decision at a time. Jeff Bezos once said, if you think long-term, you can accomplish things you wouldn't otherwise be able to. That's why Amazon kept reinvesting its profits for years, instead of showing big short-term gains. That long-term mindset turned it into a global empire, compounding over time. Time is the most powerful multiplier. Whether it's money, knowledge, or reputation, everything compounds with time. A small daily effort becomes massive over years. Billionaires don't rush the harvest. They water their seeds daily and trust the process. They know that short-term pain often leads to long-term gain. Emotional discipline. Patience isn't passive. It's emotional discipline. It means holding your ground when others panic. It means saying no to distractions, so you can say yes to destiny. Billionaires stay calm during storms. They play the infinite game, focusing not on the next quarter, but on the next generation. Your takeaway. Before making any decision, ask yourself, how will this choice look 5 years from now? Will it help me build something lasting? If the answer is yes, move forward. If it's just a short-term thrill, walk away. Wealth is not built by speed. It's built by direction, discipline, and patience. Important suggestion: always consider the long-term impact of your decisions. Plan for the future, even when results take time. Patience is not waiting, it's trusting your path. Remember, time rewards the focused and punishes the impulsive. Think long-term, and you'll think like a billionaire. Chapter 7: Giving Back, the Purpose of Wealth. Friend, the journey of a billionaire doesn't end with money. It begins again, with meaning. Because true wealth is not about possession. It's about purpose. Beyond money, billionaires know that life becomes empty when it's only about accumulation. So they focus on contribution. They give back, to people, to communities, to the world. Not just through donations, but through ideas, innovations, and opportunities. Bill Gates built the world's largest foundation. Azim Premji donated most of his wealth to education. Warren Buffett pledged nearly his entire fortune to charity. Why? Because they understand. Wealth has no meaning unless it improves lives. The energy of giving. When you give, you don't lose, you expand. Contribution increases inner wealth. It connects you to something greater than yourself. Billionaires often say that giving brought them more joy than earning ever did. Because giving brings balance. It reminds you that success is a privilege. And privilege carries responsibility. How you can give back. You don't need millions to make a difference. Start where you are. Share your time, your skills, your compassion. Help a student learn. Support a local business. Mentor someone who's struggling. Every act of kindness adds value to the world. And the more value you create, the more abundance you attract. The circle of fulfillment. When you give, you create a cycle. The energy of gratitude returns to you as peace, joy, and new opportunities. That's the unseen law of wealth. Money grows through investment. Fulfillment grows through giving. Important suggestion. Friend, remember, the ultimate goal of wealth is not luxury. It's legacy. Donate your time or money to help others. Share knowledge, uplift people, and make the world a little better than you found it. Helping others doesn't just change their life. It transforms yours. Because the richest life is the one that enriches others. Outro. Think like a billionaire, live like a visionary. Friend, Think Like a Billionaire isn't a book about money. It's a mirror for your mindset. It reminds us that wealth is not an amount. It's a way of thinking, a pattern of action, and a depth of understanding. Change your thoughts, and you'll change your future. Billionaires are not special. They simply think differently. They see abundance where others see limits. They learn when others stop. They persist when others quit. And they give when others hoard. So, if you truly wish to walk that path, start today. Learn something new. Build relationships that uplift you. Think beyond the present. And give back whenever you can. Because that's how abundance flows. From mind to money. And from money to meaning. And remember, this isn't about becoming a billionaire in numbers. It's about becoming one in mindset. This is ABD of Finance. Reminding you, think like a billionaire, act with purpose, and live with